You know that feeling when you finish a great story and you just know there's a deeper message, but you can't quite put your finger on it? Well, every story has one. It's called a theme. And today, we're going to find the key to unlocking it. And trust me, it's a lot simpler than you think.
I mean, that's the real question, isn't it? Stories are so much more than just entertainment. They're how we figure out the world and ourselves. So how in the world do authors pack these huge, profound lessons into a simple narrative?
Well, here it is. The secret isn't buried in some crazy plot twist or an epic setting. Nope, it's all about the characters. If you want to find a story's theme, all you have to do is follow the main character's journey through their problems, their choices, and ultimately, their transformation.
So let's dive into a really simple but super powerful framework that helps you uncover that hidden message every single time. Here's the whole guide in just 4 steps. First up, the problem. What's the main challenge the character is up against? Second, the choice. What's that one critical decision they have to make? Third, the change. What happens because of that choice? What's the result? And finally, number 4, the lesson. What did they learn, and what are we supposed to learn from it all? That's it. Problem, choice, change, lesson. That's the whole framework.
And once you see it, you start seeing it everywhere. Let's say a boy forgives his friend. What's the theme? Probably something like, true friendship is stronger than mistakes. Or a girl keeps going after a big failure. The theme is that persistence totally pays off. See? The character's actions are like a giant flashing sign pointing right to the story's core message.
Okay, so theory is great and all, but let's actually put this framework into practice. We're going to use a short story about 2 characters, Abigail and Maddie.
So check out this one key line from the story. It immediately gives you this feeling of, well, both challenge and hope, right? It tells you right away that a really big choice was made. It took effort, but it led to a new beginning. Let's see what happened. All right, let's break it down with our framework. First, the problem. Abigail was lonely at lunch every day. Simple. Second, the choice. Maddie, even though she was nervous about it, chose to go sit with her. That's the pivot point. Third, the change. Because of that choice, a brand new connection, a friendship was formed. That's our start of something new. And all of that leads us to the final step, the lesson. Stepping out of your comfort zone can lead to something pretty wonderful.
Okay, so we've got all the pieces laid out on the table. We follow the journey from the character's problem all the way to the big lesson. So, what does this all boil down to? What's the one central message of this little story?
And boom, there it is. The theme is that courage and kindness build new beginnings. That one little sentence perfectly captures Maddie's choice, her internal struggle, and the amazing result. That's the power of this framework. It just makes it all so clear.
Now, this whole thing isn't just for your English class, right? The choices characters make in a book, they're just mirrors of the choices we all make in our own lives. And just like in a story, our choices are constantly planting the seeds of our own future.
This short poem from our source just says it perfectly. Every choice is a seed. Some grow weeds, some bloom grace. Our decisions aren't just these isolated moments. They're actually revealing the theme of our own life story, one choice at a time.
And this idea? It's as old as storytelling itself. I mean, think about it. We see it in these timeless stories. Joseph's choice to forgive his brothers reveals a powerful theme of healing. Esther's incredible courage reveals a theme of saving an entire nation. Even Peter's famous failure and restoration reveals a theme that grace is so much stronger than shame. In every single case, it's the character's choice that defines the story's message.
All right, so let's bring this all home. What's the ultimate takeaway? How do we take this cool trick for analyzing stories and actually apply it to, well, living? It all comes down to a really important distinction: the difference between being smart and being wise.
So, according to the source materials philosophy, there's this huge difference. You see, education without some kind of moral foundation, that can lead to what we'd call smart choices. These are actions that might be clever, maybe even self-serving, but they can end up causing real harm. But, and this is the key, education combined with morality leads to wise choices. These are the decisions that build people up, that heal, that create real good in the world.
And to really drive this point home, the source material points to this quote from the book of Romans. It suggests that focusing your mind on a moral or spiritual center is what truly leads to life and peace. This is presented as the very foundation for making those truly wise choices, the kind that don't just benefit you, but everyone around you.
And that really brings us to the biggest question of all, the one for you. If your life is a story, And if your choices are revealing its theme, day in and day out, what message is it telling? What theme is your story revealing to the world?